Hello and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. So, before I get started, I wanted to show something that probably anybody who's watching this knows at this point, but I didn't, which is that the personal skills for Byleth and Claude actually change either... I guess it's probably after the time skip. I don't actually know when. There was that little notification that said, check out your unit's skills and abilities, and so sure enough, well, maybe it didn't actually say abilities. I think it said classes and weapons, so neither skills nor abilities. Whatever. Byleth apparently just deals 2 extra damage, just in general, which, okay, I mean, that's good. Plus 2 damage would be a great personal skill, even if you ignored the XP boost. And then Claude has passed now. Okay, that's cool. So, yeah. Anyway, so as I think I mentioned last time that I was considering not doing all the supports right away, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start exploring, and then I'm going to do some supports after I'm done with that, probably. Okay, well, the first thing I'm apparently confronted with is a Leone support, so I'll go ahead and do that now.
Hey, Professor. Can we talk? I feel terrible about the last time we spoke.
You should.
I was trying to apologize and just ended up losing my temper again. I'm really sorry.
Where's the you should feel sorry option?
I figured you'd say that, but I still feel like an idiot. Somehow, I just have a hard time keeping my feelings in check around you. And I think if I don't just tell you what I'm thinking, we'll never be able to have a normal conversation. So, let me clear the air.
You're jealous?
I want us to, engage. Yeah, exactly. I know it's a sudden thing to ask, but I'm not going to feel settled until I know where I stand. Would you do that for me? Good. Don't hold back, okay? I want to see you at your absolute best.
There were some arrows fired in there.
You got me. I'm completely outmatched.
She probably would hold her own. She's pretty strong.
Maybe. But you were definitely stronger. Honestly, that's what I needed to see. You're a true successor to Captain Gerald's style of swordplay. I almost felt like you were him. I thought I was competing with you. But that's as pointless as competing against him would have been.
Oh, please. You're so much stronger than Gerald.
I'm going to focus on keeping the promise I made to him.
Also, he's a lance user.
Captain Gerald said that if anything should happen to him, I'd have to support you in his place. He didn't sound serious at the time, but it was right before before we lost him. So, I've decided. I'd like to do just what he said. I know I'm not as strong as I need to be, but I swear to you, I'll train until I am. What do you say? Can I call you my employer?
Sure. Lawyer? I guess.
Yes, it's official. I'll protect you no matter what.
We just established that I'm stronger than you, so I don't need your protection. Ugh, whatever. I did want to... Let's see... I want to see... Do this... And see her... I can't see her outfits here. I was gonna say it. I can't remember whether her outfit is specific to the paladin class or the sniper class. But I don't understand either way. More so if she's the paladin, but either way, I don't understand why she has such short shorts. I mean, well, okay, I do understand, but like, you know what I mean. Her outfit looks really good in general, but like those shorts are like especially if she's supposed to be riding the whole horse, I would think it'd be much more comfortable to be wearing pants. Like usually that's why, you know, riding pants are like a thing. Oh well. Still waiting for the day when this part of the monastery does absolutely anything.
A country with no king has no future. That's why I made my way here. Professor, don't let me down.
Don't let me down. Let's forge ahead.
Yes, let's. Find me a worthy opponent to battle, and I'll be content.
Oh hey, it's you.
It's not just for my village that I'm fighting alongside you here, you know. It's also that Captain Gerald asked me, his first and greatest apprentice, to look out for you. Of course, it wouldn't be enough just to keep you alive. It's my duty to make sure you win, too. So do your best, Professor, and count on me to watch your back.
I guess she does have those like knee guards, so the amount of the part of her legs that are actually exposed is not that great, and maybe depending on if you ride like where you like sort of aren't like actually seated, if you're riding quickly, then you might maybe that wouldn't actually be rubbing up against the saddle. I'm not really sure. It's been a long time since I rode a horse.
Edelgard is controlling the Empire. She is putting the pressure on the kingdom in alliance. Empire and religion are at open war. It will be difficult for us at first, but corrupt nobles are many. That means the common people will rebel and be joining our side. With you, Professor, the battle tides will turn. I have certainty.
Wait, why would corrupt nobles mean the common people would join our side? Edelgard's like all about dealing with corrupt nobles, isn't she?
I'm the heir of House Gautier, and I'm fighting alongside a bunch of Alliance people? I can just imagine my father's face contorted in anger, and the delightful words he must have used to describe me. I don't know how staying and fighting for Fargus would have helped. Sorry, Professor. I don't regret my decisions. I'm just thinking out loud. And I'm hoping I haven't made a big mistake.
I mean, I know that at some point in the game, Dimitri and Claude are going to manage to be enemies because that's just how this game works, but at this point, there's no reason for them to be. Fargus and the Alliance should be working together, so it should be fine. And another support incoming with Byleth.
I will not yield! Yeah!
It's been a while since I had such a close call. If not for you, Professor, I wouldn't have made it. I
What?
didn't expect to be ambushed on a simple scouting mission. You should be asking about the mission, not about me. I have to ask, Professor, what brought you here?
You wanted to talk to me? I had a premonition. What?
So you came to protect me. I'm beginning to understand why your allies love you. These are selfish times. One doesn't expect to encounter selflessness. You're kind. In that respect, I'd say you're much like Lady Rhea. Of course. It's thanks to her kindness that I'm here today. I was an outlaw in Fargus. She took me in and let me live here. Didn't I tell you? I was born into House Karen, in Fargus. They used to call me Thunderstrike Cassandra. I was implicated in a plot to kill the king. It was a totally false accusation, of course. I had to flee the kingdom, and the Archbishop took me in.
Wait, so was she... So it was, what's her name? Cornelia that actually killed the king, I'm pretty sure, based on... Like, they said that there was some plague thing, and she probably caused it and whatever. So, like, was this supposed to be... Was Catherine / Cassandra supposed to be the, like, the person that they were framing for that, or is this an unrelated plot?
I used to be a student at the academy, so I knew I'd be safe here. Lady Rhea saved me once when I was a student, you know. I don't really remember what happened. I was badly injured and near death. Lady Rhea took care of me. She didn't mind getting dirty. She took my muddied, bloodied body into her arms. Since then, Lady Rhea has been my inspiration. I will always serve her, protect her, love her. For some reason, when I think about Lady Rhea, your face comes to mind.
That's weird.
You've become an important presence in my life. I wasn't expecting you to have a positive response. I'm not thrilled about it personally. I am still going to keep my eye on you. Not so I can report to Lady Rhea, though. Just because I want to.
Catherine likes Byleth's butt confirmed. Oh. Huh. Okay. Sure.
Oh, hey there. What are you doing up at this hour? Is that right? I guess the more you have to think about, the harder it is to fall asleep. At times like this, I like to gaze up at the stars to clear my head. I've been that way since I was a kid. Looking up at the big starry sky makes my dreams feel small, which makes it feel like I can actually make them come true. I didn't believe in gods when I was a kid. Maybe that's because the night sky took their place for me. Hey, Teach. Will you talk with me a while?
Isn't that what we're already doing?
I bet you figured this out, but I wasn't born in Fodlan. Where I come from, the people of Fodlan are looked down on as cowards.
Oh, hey, we're on the Star Terrace.
Technically, that cowardice runs in my veins. On my mother's side, anyway. That's why the people who were around me when I was growing up thought of me as an outsider. But I don't believe the people of Fodlan are cowards. That kind of perspective is just based on ignorance. The person from Fodlan who I know best is my mother. She fell in love with a man from the wrong side of the border and had the guts to leave home to pursue that love. I always threw that in the faces of anyone who tried to make a fool of me. My mother is proof the people of Fodlan aren't all cowards.
Do we even have much evidence that any of them are cowards?
I need to destroy the prejudices that have taken root in my homeland. That's why I came here, to see Fodlan with my own eyes. I thought I might be able to find a new perspective that could help me change things. And what did I find? That the people here view anyone who's an outsider as a beast of sorts. I was shocked. Even though our cultures and beliefs are completely different, our two lands have that much in common. That's when I realized the only way to change things is to bring the whole world together and start anew. That's the dream I've been working towards since I first entered the Officers Academy 5 years ago. To unify the Alliance, and then all of Fodlan, and to bring a new set of values to this new land of mine. After that, I'd expand that vision to the rest of the world, break down the walls, and let a new perspective come rushing in. Start all over. Do you think that's just a crazy pipe dream, or a brilliant ambition?
Why not both?
Not too long ago, I would have said it was too much for me to accomplish on my own. But that's not how I feel anymore. And that's because I have you on my side now. Lately, I've spent a lot of time thinking about how I wouldn't have made it this far without you. You and me, Teach. We can go anywhere. Do anything. I hope that you always walk in step with me. At least, until the day comes when we can look out at the peaceful world we've built. Together.
Right.
I don't know about the effectiveness of what he's suggesting. Also, okay, apparently random monastery people are now in yellow, which I guess makes sense, but... Anyway, yeah, so going to... Or trying to end animosity, prejudice, racism, whatever you want to lump in there, by conquest doesn't really seem viable to me. And also, I think there are less destructive methods that would be like, sufficient, if not more effective. Like, I don't know, trying to just, like, have a foreign exchange program or something. Just, like, more open borders policies, like, to promote increased immigration. Like, I don't know. Seems a little extreme of a solution.
At last, I return to my domain, my lonely paradise, my realm of exquisite solitude. Huh? Professor? Is that you? You didn't hear that just now, did you? Oh, forget you heard anything!
Oh, Bernadetta. So does she only become bold when she's part of the Black Eagles? I don't think she said all of that in the Black Eagles route. Or I guess I should say Crimson Flower to distinguish it from the church route, but whatever.
I'm pretty headstrong, but Claude could give me a run for my money. I mean, he's dragged the knights into this. You ought to be careful, Professor. Don't worry about me. I'm here because I want to be. Also, because being around my big brother feels like a real chore. Excuse me, could you do me a favor?
What? But no, I need vegetables. I don't need money and renown, I need vegetables. What is this? Actually, that reminds me.
Excuse me, could you do me a favor?
That reminds me, with respect to gardening, you get so many more seeds than you could ever possibly use. It's actually kind of frustrating. Like, I plant 5 seeds every single time, and I just have gobs and gobs of these things. Granted, I do buy the pale blue flower seeds on a regular basis, but even if I didn't, there's no way I would go through all these. And the frustrating thing about that is that then, like, you end up, like, short on vegetables, and you have all these seeds, and you can't do anything with them. I don't know. Granted, the real problem... I guess you could argue the real problem there is that I'm eating too many meals relative to what the game expects me to do. But, like, what else am I supposed to do with my activity points? It's the best option.
Do you have time for a request?
Sure.
Professor! Oh my, it's so good to see you. These days, so many old friends seem to be disappearing.
Really, just Edelgard and Hubert, right?
Here. It's incredible to see you again after 5 years. I have a feeling your name will go down in history.
Alois support. Alright, well, watch. Had seen that one before, so as I guess you already observed, I skipped it. And look who it is again.
I've given up on ever seeing you again. Where have you been hiding?
Right behind you.
Anyway, now that we're reunited in the land of the living, I must fulfill my promise. That's right. I promised the captain I'd protect you in his stead, and now I'll make good on my word.
Well, it'll be tough to do from the bench, but who knows, maybe you'll figure something out.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. You know, it's such a thrill to be able to greet you like this again. I almost died as well in the battle 5 years ago, but I won't allow any enemies to get into this place again. I promise you that. Even if the Death Knight shows up, I'll be sure to... Well, for now I'll keep training, so I can eventually feel confident that I can stop him.
Don't worry, we have Lysithea for that.
Got a favor to ask.
And here comes another Byleth support.
Oh, hello, Professor. How nice to see you. You caught me off guard. I was actually just thinking about you. just a moment ago? Well, I am afraid I just do not understand you.
I don't understand
When we
me
first
either.
met, I sensed something different about you, something mysterious. And now I am convinced your existence itself is very special. Thinking on it, I know it to be true. You have a crest that should have been lost long ago. You wield the sword of the Creator as if it is nothing. Your hair and eye color changed on that day 5 years ago, to the same sort of color as mine and my brother's. I do not know. My brother refuses to speak to me of it. Since then, you have led us into battle, and thus far, we have always come out victorious. Your comrades and colleagues adore you. They believe in you, in your strength. I doubt there is a single soul who is likened to you. Who are you, really? I simply do not understand.
I do not understand.
Whatever the case may be, having hair like mine is proof that there is something exceptional about you. I may as well come forward with things. I, too, am unlike others.
Wait, so, I mean, does that mean Linhardt is special too? Like, how close to your hair color do we need to get?
Surely you recall when I was targeted, specifically for my blood? I may not be special in the ways you are, but my blood is rare. It seems the two of us share a special differentness. I also believe that we are bound together in some way. Of this I am certain. Therefore, I intend to stay by your side and watch over you. Your existence must be preserved at all cost.
Okay. I may as well come forward with things. Goes on to say, nothing we didn't already know. Byleth didn't already know. Come on.
Certainly those are the words of a hero. Let us unite our powers. Together, we are unstoppable.
Like, surely Flame knows what she is, and who she is.
Professor, I have a proposal. Why not go beyond the Knights of Seiros? Instead, uniting with allies from all across Fodlan to fight for our cause. Looking back, it would have been best to ally with the Kingdom and join forces against the Empire. But now the Kingdom is not exactly, well...
Yeah, but, I mean, we can still kind of do that, can't we? Like, Fraldarius and Gautier are still fighting the Empire.
Hey, I could use a hand.
The Sreng region. That's in, Fargus.
I need a favor.
I have written to my father to signal my intention to remain here. Not that I require his approval to do so. There is not much for me to gain by returning to Alliance territory now. But by staying, I will be able to influence the course of events directly on the field of battle. Naturally, someone needs to make certain he does not lead the Alliance to ruin.
Fighting alongside you and everyone else is a dream come true, Professor. And don't worry about my little sis. Right now, she's back home helping out with the family business. I kind of figured I was going to be stuck going back and taking over for her. But thanks to you and Claude, I get to work on my dream of becoming a proper knight.
Members of the Knights tell me that Father left their ranks 5 years ago. They say he announced he was returning to the Kingdom, but nobody's heard from him since. I haven't received word that he went back home to Mother. Where could he be? Where are you, Father?
So now we're just acknowledging, even if not quite explicitly, that Gilbert is her dad, even though before it, they made it like, not, like neither of them... The way that she said that is implying that Byleth already knew, but neither of them said anything, or were willing to say anything to confirm that before. And it didn't even seem clear that Annette knew that he was around, even though it would have been hard for her not to know. It's all very strange.
Hey, Professor! You won't believe what happened.
I figured I couldn't go back to the Empire after Garreg Mach fell, so I started drifting across the Kingdom in Alliance. Then, I just happened to run into our old class, so we came back to the monastery together.
During the Millennium Festival, the leaders of all territories were supposed to gather together and pledge perpetual peace. But now that hope has been dashed, thanks to the Emperor's actions. The kingdom is also vastly different than before. I guess we'll never return to the world as it was 5 years ago.
I'm more of a mercenary than a knight these days. I work to get paid. I never was too attached to Fodlan. I was considering leaving soon, but I might change my mind if you're around. In Lady Rhea's absence, I will follow you. That's what she would want me to do. Know that wherever you might lead us, I'll continue searching for Lady Rhea. Good, because I will not budge on that point. Welcome back, Professor.
Another one.
Hey, Professor. I think you've been working too much lately. The battle's gonna keep going with or without you, but you're the one doing the most out there. It's real impressive how you can focus on giving orders and fighting. I don't think I could do both in the same battle. I see you running all over the place, even after the battle's over. I just don't want you to wear yourself out. Oh yeah? As soon as you say you're fine, that's when it hits you. No offense, Professor, but don't you think some folks might be taking advantage of you? Claude keeps asking you to do things, but you never say no. Like when you gave that speech to the troops.
Oh yeah, that
Like
speech.
something you wanted to do.
I remember that.
I know you gotta follow orders on the battlefield, but you shouldn't have to do things off the battlefield if you don't wanna. What do you mean? Like studying? Sure, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but that was to keep my little sis fed. I had good reason for it. The same, huh? I think I get what you mean. You do things you don't want to do for the sake of everyone else. That's real noble of you, Professor. I guess I can't get in your way if you're doing it for the right reasons. Okay then. I'm gonna keep trying to do my best. But now, I'm gonna do it for you. My little sis is important to me. But you're real important too. I always work hard for the people who matter to me. And having more of them in my life just means I gotta work even harder. What do you think?
Sounds great.
Really? I wasn't expecting you to say that. You're gonna make me blush.
That is the first time I've ever seen Raphael blush.
At least until this war's over. I'll work to make sure you don't collapse from exhaustion. You got nothing to worry about, Professor. I've been training non-stop. I got your back, no matter what.
Okay.
In the Alliance, the Lords have been at odds, so peace and prosperity have declined there as well. In particular, bandits have been appearing in large numbers near the Great Bridge of Murden. Rumor has it that the domain's lord, someone by the name of Acheron, is a completely ineffectual leader.
I believe it.
Hey there, my friend. It's funny how the monastery was once in ruins, but now it's downright bustling. Thanks to a little promise 5 years ago, our buddies have all gathered, and even the knights have returned. It's like we were all just waiting for you to awaken.
Yeah.
And now, we're all going to band together against the Imperial Army. You should go and talk to everyone if you can. There may be some who are still on the fence.
Well, if they are, I don't think me talking to them is actually going to change anything.
During his search for Her Grace, the Archbishop, Seteth has visited churches all across the land. It served to demonstrate to the devout across Fodlan that the Church of Seros is still going strong. As a result, the faithful are not currently in a state of chaos.
Hello there.
Professor, I am so glad you are unharmed. No matter the path you walk, I will be with you every step of the way. Anything you ask of me, I shall see it through. You saved my life, and I am in your debt.
It's been fixed up quite a bit, but its battle scars aren't so easily erased. To think that a glorious cathedral with a 1,000-year history would end up like this. I'll rebuild this place someday. This cathedral is the symbol of Fodlan. maybe I should paint a picture of the beautiful cathedral of old. Well, I still remember what it looked like.
You're gonna personally fix it? Didn't know you were that good of an engineer.
It seems that in the last 5 years, the monks here have left this place for the town below. However, once they learn of our return, perhaps they'll come back. I hope the monastery can return to normal someday.
Some people want to make a difference by fighting in the front lines, but there are those of us who want to provide support from the back. Don't you think we're heroes too? Yeah, okay. I mean, it being Hilda makes that sort of undercuts the message there, but I think that's actually legitimate.
You're here, Professor, along with everyone from our old class. It's like we've gone back in time. When I think that I'll be around you again, all of my sorrows just drift away.
What?
Yes. I'll at least try not to hold anyone back. Let's work together for the common good, like we did 5 years ago.
Goddess, even with the church in shambles, we can still pray. The goddess will surely hear our prayers. But still, I hope the church can return to its former beauty someday.
Oh, good. Thanks.
I've grown weary and impatient. These past 5 years, my hands have been bound. But now, I can finally take action with a clear goal. I'm grateful to you and to everyone. Down with the Empire. Surely peace will soon follow if the Empire is overthrown. Then my parents can finally find peace themselves.
The promise was made 5 years ago. But I must say I'm rather impressed by how many of us managed to make it.
You weren't even there.
Personally, I only showed up because I hope to see you again, Professor. I've been with my family in the Empire until recently. I admit to feeling a little guilty betraying Her Majesty, but only a little. Now that we're all together again, I suppose the fighting will begin soon.
See, I don't know anything about rebuilding, but I can sure do my best to clean up the mess. I'm gonna keep Lady Rhea's room spotless, so she can use it right away whenever she gets back. You gotta find her, Professor. You just gotta.
I have lost my dominion. My nobility may seem like nothing more than a title, but I will never lose my noble heart. I will stop Edelgard, even if it costs me my life. I have turned my blade against her now. I cannot go back on that decision. Professor, do you think I chose the wrong path? You are right.
Thankfully, it appears the records and equipment I need for my research have not been damaged. I am most curious, though. You say you were asleep for 5 whole years. Incredible. Perhaps this is another effect of your crest. I do look forward to investigating you in greater detail.
I'll bet you do.
Wonderful news. I am most excited to begin. We must find the time, of course.
My Professor, you haven't changed a bit. At your age, I'd expect your whole demeanor to have changed greatly over 5 years. Though, I suppose I haven't changed either, right? Thank you for noticing, by the way.
Actually, now that you mention it, that is kind of weird.
Forever young. Oh, let me have my fun.
5 long years I've searched for you and the Archbishop. It is a pleasure to see you again. The Church of Seiros will follow you from now on, but please do not abandon the search for Lady Rhea. Thank you. I know the battles ahead will be dire, but we will support you with all our strength.
Okay, I think I'm going to stop this episode here. I've still got 3 Byleth supports on the map, and it turns out they can show up in the same location that a previous one was, which was why the Claude one happened outside the quarters. So, like, maybe I have more than just those 3 left? I don't know. But either way, we'll do those next time. We'll do at least some of the other supports next time. Other than that, I'll just be doing activity point stuff off screen and preparing for like to move on to probably battle weekend next weekend, it looked like. Yeah, rear monster sighting. And I know I have some quest battles to do. No paralogs yet, which is unfortunate, but those will come at some point. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and until then.